It is the start of April, and I'm going to be doing my top 10 champions power rankings. Not top 10, but world champion power rankings. I do this every month because I think it's fun to do. And I took off Mercedes Monet for this because apparently she's holding a mid card title. Again, AEW with their mid card titles, it's very hard to tell which one's a mid card and which one's a main event unless you kind of have more invested knowledge because they treat Mercedes Monet like she's like a main event champion. I'm be honest. But she's a mid card title, so I decided, you know what, take her off and put the women's TNA championship title holder for this video. So power rankings. This is going to be a power ranking for the WWE, SmackDown, Raw, NXT, AEW for the power rankings. All right, my number 10 world champion is Masha Slamovich. She's cool. I mean, like, I don't, she's just kind of like that badass type, you know what I'm saying? That renegade, you feel me? Good matches, cool promos, nothing really crazy from me from her. She doesn't really get the craziest reaction either. She's the one who beat Jordan Grace, but I do think this Tessa Blanchard feud can really spark something. So we'll see how she kind of uplifts herself. Tiffany Stratton, number 9. She didn't move in the rankings. Oh, actually, she dropped in the rankings. So Tiffany used to be 8 last month, above Julia, but I decided to put Tiffany 9. The reign hasn't been that great. She's been kind of getting cooked by Charlotte. Real no feuds. Pretty not meh kind of championship matches. So that brings her down in the ranking, and Stephanie Von Kerr is number 8. It does help that Stephanie, who beat Julia, now holds 2 titles, so that kind of propels her status right now, putting on banger matches. Like, she had a NXT show where she defended the North American Championship and the main event Women's Championship 2 times in one night. So Vaquer about to head into a feud with Jordan Grace. I decided to put her above Tiffany Stratton as of right now. Number 7, Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry dropped a little bit, mainly because he hasn't really had any big feuds yet. He could have done it with Nick Nemeth now that he's heel, but I think a lot of people are kind of just waiting for the big time Joe Hendry feud to see what he really got. He had some solid matches. He's defending it quite frequently, but the money feud is either the king of TNA, Frankie Kazarian, or it's going to be Elijah. And I think that's the one people want to see, Joe Hendry versus Elijah, especially because there's the potentiality of music-based feuds that a lot of people want to see. Joe Hendry's still very over. I think if Joe Hendry went to the WWE, he would get a huge pop, of course, but his title reign hasn't been that crazy, and the feuds hasn't been that crazy, so he dropped quite a bit to number 7. Number 6, beat Rhea Ripley, Io Sky. So Io Sky is now officially on the list. She is number 6. And that's because the way she won was so surprising. Like, it was so fantastic to see how she won this match to beat Rhea Ripley. The feud, the 3-way feud between her, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair is main event worthy. It's just that Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk is just too big of stars to steal the main event from. But Io Sky is becoming extremely over. Got huge cheers on the Europe tour. She's doing a great job. And of course, here's the GOAT. Number 5, Obafemi. Obafemi's been moved up. He's been having some really good championship matches, beating A-Town Down Under, beating Moose, of course, beating it off Trick Williams. Obafemi's dominance, Obafemi's presence, Obafemi's character. He has been exactly what's advertised from his North American Championship. Now he just needs the big money feud. He needs the big moolah, the iconic storyline, and it might be involving Dark State and Trick Williams. The match between Oba and Trick will be very, very big. One of the biggest matches NXT is probably going to put on. We'll see how they continuously build it, but Obafemi's moved up. Number 4 is Gunther. Yeah, a lot of people don't like the Jey Uso feud. Gunther obviously had some great matches. He had some feuds that a lot of people hate. A lot of people think is pretty all right. I think Gunther, the thing is, Gunther's not being booked like the dominant presence he was in the Intercontinental scene because he was better than everybody in the mid card. But now that he's up against main eventers, he's not as dominant. He's not just destroying everybody, right? And that could be a good or bad thing. You don't want to just destroy the entire main event scene. And it'll be kind of unrealistic for Gunther to just dominate Randy Orton, even though he beat him clean. Just dominate Seth Rollins, CM Punk, people like that. And he's beaten Jey Uso twice already. And this current feud is people are not liking that much. So Gunther can't move up, but he's still Gunther. He's still dominant. He still puts on bangers. He's still a great character worker. So he's number 4. Number 3, John Moxley. I mean, that match against Adam Copeland, Edge, whatever you want to call him, was disgusting. That spike in his back was disgusting. I'll be honest, not a big fan of that. But John Moxley's been putting on some crazy matches. He is the heel, the top heel in the business. I think you may hate it, but that's the point. You're supposed to hate it. You're supposed to really want someone to take the title off of him. So he's doing exactly what his job entails as a heel, as someone that you despise. You want get the title off of John Moxley. He's cooking right there in that retrospect. And now we're in the match between Swerve Strickland, and I'm like, oh, everybody wants Swerve to win. Everybody wants Swerve to win, and that's great. That's really good. I really want Swerve to win as well. Number 2, Tony Storm. I've already praised Tony Storm quite a bit. Generational character worker. Arguable match of the year with Mariah May. That match they had was disgusting. It was amazing. Cinema, as they say. Tony Storm is just the biggest star in AEW right now. I'm sorry for anybody who the Ospreay fan or Kenny Omega, but the biggest star in AEW is Tony Storm. And number 1 is obviously Cody Rhodes. He is the top guy in the wrestling business right now. It's just as simple as that. WWE champion. He's banging matches, great feuds, and now he's about to go up against the GOAT, John Cena. Can't wait to see it. So those are my power rankings for the world champions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me for sure. Hope you guys enjoyed. You have a good one. Take care. Peace.